American Industrial Magazine here on our maiden voyage with our new mobile news unit, sponsored by the industrialnewsnetwork.com. Headed out to Port Neches, Texas, Beaumont, Port Arthur area, to Huntsman Chemical. American Industrial Magazine and the Industrial News Network. We're on our way to Port Neches, Texas. Our maiden voyage. Go to Huntsman Chemical and do a video shoot for Aprion Incorporated. Did an installation there of a wireless control system. So stay tuned. Hello, this is American Industrial Magazine, video edition. I'm Kerry Liles. Today we're at the Huntsman Chemical Facility in Port Neches, Texas. We're doing a report on the installation of a wireless system from Aprion Incorporated and Industrial Mobility for operations and safety and environmental. So it's a great opportunity to be out here. Stay tuned to see what's going on. We met with John Barth and Wade Smith of Aprion and Kim Hoyt, Huntsman Manager of Manufacturing Excellence. Also John Lindsay with Industrial Mobility. We had clearance to tour the E4 unit of the Huntsman complex that consists of 10 different process units. It employs 500 personnel and over 200 contract personnel. The Aprion wireless system that has been implemented at Huntsman is called Project Zero, for zero defects, zero safety incidents, and zero environmental incidents. Once we entered the control room, we met with Brian Haley, Huntsman Process Improvement Engineer. He described the old paper trail way of reporting operations rounds of the units and the difference that Project Zero has made.
The biggest impact Project Zero has on our operations and maintenance personnel is that it's going to really get rid of all the paperwork associated with those jobs. And it's also going to help our people that analyze that paperwork get that data much quicker than now. It's usually about a month turnaround on the paperwork from when it's done to when they see it. Now it will be 1 day.
Will Young, Operations Specialist for Huntsman, described the efficiency of the handheld scanning device for reporting and initiating work requests.
The biggest thing with our handhelds now is that we're out there right on the pump, we find the problem, we scan the RFID tag, we can check the work request system and see what's in there. If the status, if anything has been submitted, it's going to show. You can see if it's active, if work's been done on it here recently. The biggest thing is accountability also. I mean, now we've got proof with a handheld, it's going to management that the work request has been submitted, it's in there. Here it is, we can see it as an operator. So again, they've got all the proof that they need to show that the work request is in there. There's no relying on somebody else passing the word of mouth. I mean, here it is, it's in my face. I'm reading it that there's a work request in on it for said problem. I can see that it's been submitted to management, and then I can also see the dates of when it was submitted to management. So they've got a tracking system that they can use for themselves, whereas before they didn't. They would just enter it into a computer, it was lost, they never saw it again until the work was done. Now they've got the status of it here, and it's basically up to to management now to come down and fix it, and the time frames are here, and we can kind of, operators feel like they've got some accountability as far as the process goes.
Kim Hoyt then described the expectations Huntsman has for Project Zero.
I expect Project Zero to impact every aspect of our operation at Huntsman. Everything from safety performance, environmental performance, to process efficiency, even financial performance. We expect that safety incidents and environmental incidents will really be eventually eliminated, because as operators make rounds and identify hazards, they can immediately address them. As they perform their tasks in the units, as they follow their procedures, everyone will be doing things consistently. And if something is operating outside of the safe range, they can immediately take action to prevent it from turning into a process incident.
John Prowse is Vice President of Manufacturing Excellence for Performance Products Division of Huntsman Chemical.
I'm here today to talk about Project Zero. Project Zero is all about zero defects and making sure that we keep humans from being human. Well, we've got great technology today, and we have a lot of paper, we write down a lot of things. When we learn things the hard way, we put it in procedures, we put it in standard operating conditions, standard operating envelopes, and we challenge people to memorize that stuff. But you know, people come to work, they're tired, they're working shift work, they've got family things on their mind, they've got a lot of things that can distract them from doing things right. And when they do get distracted, they make mistakes. And if they make a mistake, it could either be a small mistake or it could cost them their lives. I've got in one unit out here at this large facility that we're at right now, it produces 6 billion pounds of products a year. It hires, or we have 500 full-time Huntsman associates here and several hundred contractors. And we have ethylene oxide, propylene oxide, ethylene, ammonia, things that we want to keep inside the pipes. And when they get outside the pipes, things are no longer in our control. So I asked them the question, what do we control? We control keeping it in the pipes. It's no longer in control when it's outside. So we want to make sure that we capture defects, things when they're small, get them in the system so we can fix them. And we want to make sure that our behaviors of our associates are good behaviors and not at-risk behaviors. And we want to make sure that people know what's at risk and what's not at risk. So this little device I have in my hand is part of a project we call Project Zero. This is a Motorola handheld. It talks to a wireless system. Any information that's in this plant I can get while I'm in the field, when I need to make a decision, at the point of decision making. As a person who needs information, I can get it. I turn on the screen and I can pull up any procedure or anything in the plant that I need. So how are we going to make sure that people have the information they need? Give it to them like we do with cell phone technology. We had a problem here a couple of years ago. I went to my boss and I said, I need some money. And it's not a small amount of money, it's going to be a substantial investment, but it's an investment in our people. Out of 500 people at this plant, there's 127 of them that will soon have their 80 points and they can retire and walk away tomorrow. Now with the economic downturn, they didn't walk, they're still here, but when things turn around, they could be gone. So I went to him and I said, I want to use some new technology like this, wireless, and some different software to be able to deliver information to people so that they can make good decisions. And fortunately, I had a boss that believed in this facility, this very large facility, and in our performance and delivery history, and he gave me the money. So the key areas of plant operation are run the car on the road, and I also have to watch out when I start it up and shut it down. So if I have operating procedures, they do me no good if 11,000 pages of operating procedures are sitting in a book on the shelf versus pulling them right here. Also, step executable procedures. Instead of having them in blob format, if I have them in a database and I can pull one step and say, did this get executed, and date and time stamp it, I know it got done. The operators know it got done. And when I make shift with my buddy and I hand this thing off to him, he can tell exactly where I am, what I did get done and what I didn't get done. It helps reduce mistakes. We're not going to live with defects under Project Zero. We're not going to have loss of containment events. They're not acceptable. My most important job as a manager and as an executive in this company over manufacturing is to set the acceptable level of risk. I'm telling my team it's not okay to live with things you lived with in the past. And I'm going to give you some tools so that you can hold me accountable to make sure you get what you need to make those snakes go away. That's your tool. I want them to hold me accountable. And if they tell me where their problems are, my job is to make those problems go away. Get rid of the snakes. If you do your job and put them in the system, my job is to help you get rid of them. That's what Project Zero is all about. That's what these handhelds are about. That's what Aprion has helped us to do. Industrial Mobility has helped us to do. Motorola and the DS&S or OPSIS guys at KMS are helping us to put a vision together to make sure that unwanted events are captured, that they're taken care of, so that the people I care about out here, I don't have to call their families and let them know that something bad happened and they're not coming home today. Thank you very much.
For more information on Huntsman Chemical, Aprion, Industrial Mobility, or Motorola, please visit their websites. And thank you for viewing American Industrial Magazine Video Edition.